China was honestly one of the most amazing trips we've ever done, full of surprises and unforgettable moments. In this video, I'm going to take you along with us. Stick around to the end and I'll also share the key things you need to know before visiting. This is the ultimate China travel breakdown. This video will explore what we did and places to go, the food including all of the delicious street eats, the culture, history and life, and finally the transport and ease of getting around. Welcome back to PJ Travels. Our China trip was just over a month in length and we visited Beijing, Shanghai, Guilin and Zhangjiajie. So let's kick it off with what we got up to. First stop, Zhangjiajie National Park, also known as the Avatar Mountains. Honestly, the views here don't even look real. Towering sandstone pillars surrounded by mist. It's like stepping straight into a movie set. From there, we slowed it down with a peaceful boat ride down the Li River. Everywhere you looked was just like a painting. Dramatic cliffs, winding rivers, and also fishermen just going about their day. But then, back to heights again. This cable car ride felt like it went on forever. If you're not scared of heights, definitely check out all of these crazy bridges. And also, if you're feeling brave enough, you can check out some of these cliff edge walks. These are some of the craziest bridges I've ever seen in my life. Now, if you've had enough of the adrenaline, here's the best therapy we could find. Yep, a cat cafe. In the middle of all that adventure, we took a long break to hang out with some chilled cats. Whilst you're in Shanghai, I highly recommend that you visit Disney.
It's incredible! My God! My God! Yes!
Disneyland Shanghai is the most recently built Disney park, and some of the rides are so cool. Our favourites were Pirates of the Caribbean and Tron. They also do some pretty cool food there, like this red Wagyu beef Avengers burger. If you're more of a nighttime person, then you'll love the Shanghai clubs. The nightlife is popping and the parties go until the early hours of the morning. Now, let's talk about the food, because honestly, this was one of the best parts of the trip. Everywhere we went, the food looked incredible, and of course we had to try as much as we could. China's food halls are an experience in themselves. Stall after stall packed with flavours, smells and dishes that make it impossible to choose. And when the plates start arriving, wow. From noodles and dumplings to sizzling skewers, every single dish hit differently. We also made sure to try as many street eats as possible. The kind of snacks you grab fresh off the grill straight from a little stall. Quick, cheap and packed with flavour. But then you've also got the stranger side of Chinese food. Stuff you just don't really see every day. Bugs on sticks including crickets, scorpions and beetles, all skewered up and ready to eat. Not for everyone, but definitely a popular crunchy snack. Then, outside some restaurants, you'll also find tanks with live fish and turtles. You pick what you want and they'll cook it fresh right there. It's a bit unusual at first, but freshness is everything here. And finally, some of these crazy snacks. Shops are full of things like chicken feet and preserved eggs, all sorts of mysterious flavours. There was just no way I was trying any of that. How is it?
Sweet.
Of course, one of the best parts about visiting China is soaking up the culture, which it is so rich in. First of all, the temples, each one unique, colourful and packed with history. Here we are walking through Tiananmen Square. It's one of the most famous landmarks in Beijing and also one of the most politically significant places in China's history. Standing there, you really feel the scale of it.
So we made it into the Temple of Heaven.
another iconic spot. The architecture is incredible and it's where emperors once came to pray for good harvests. We also visited Furong Ancient Town, a riverside town that feels like stepping back in time. Lanterns, cobbled streets, and the sound of water running through. It had such a calm, authentic atmosphere. I also have a full video on this place on my YouTube channel, so don't forget to like and subscribe and go check that video out. And then, one of the coolest parts of the trip, Jada got dressed up in traditional Chinese clothing for a photo shoot, and people kept coming over and asking for photos. She honestly looked like a celebrity. Somehow, she even convinced me to join in. So yes, here we are, both fully dressed in traditional outfits, getting the full photo shoot experience. And everywhere we went, we couldn't stop admiring the architecture. From intricate temples to dramatic rooftops, the detail and design were just next level. And of course, no trip to China is complete without the Great Wall. This is the Badaling entrance, the most famous section, and it's absolutely surreal when you see it in person. And here we are at Wangshan Valley, or the Land of the Immortals, an absolutely stunning spot. Again, I've made a full video on this place, so go check the channel. And of course, Tiananmen Mountain. Famous for its skywalks, winding roads, and jaw-dropping views. It was definitely one of my highlights from the trip. And lastly, we have transport. Getting around China was way easier than expected. For starters, you can rent bicycles literally everywhere, and it costs next to nothing. Just scan, unlock, and you're on your way. It's such a fun way to explore the cities. The train system is also super easy to navigate. Buying tickets online for the bullet trains was straightforward, and the stations themselves are huge, more like airports than train stations. One tip though, make sure you arrive early because you'll need to pass through security before you board. And those bullet trains, smooth, fast and comfortable, and honestly one of the best ways to travel long distances around the country. What really surprised us though, was just how many vehicles in China are electric. Even the taxis. Instead of filling up with fuel, they literally drive into a garage, get lifted up, the battery underneath is swapped out, and off they go again in minutes. Overall, transport in China is cheap, reliable, and ridiculously efficient. It honestly makes travelling around the country so simple. When we was in Guilin, we hired out a moped as it was the best way to get around and see all of the amazing views. And when we travelled from each major place, we took internal flights that were very fairly priced. China's transport system honestly feels like the future. It's fast, affordable, and so well organised that travelling across the country is an adventure in itself. So now that I've covered the 4 main topics, there are some important things you really need to know before you visit China. First up, visas. If you're travelling from the UK, you'll need to apply for a visa in advance, unless you're just passing through or on short transit. Make sure you sort this early, as it can take some time to process. Next, VPNs. A lot of the apps and websites that we use every day, like WhatsApp, Instagram, and even Google, are fully blocked in China. So if you want to stay connected, definitely download and set up a VPN before you travel, as you won't be able to do it when you're there. Speaking of apps, the 2 essentials are WeChat and Alipay. Pretty much everything runs through them, from chatting to paying for food and even transport. Even if you're just grabbing a bottle of water, chances are you'll need one of those apps. Get everything sorted before you land, and trust me, your trip will be so much smoother. So that was everything, an unforgettable adventure, and if you stayed until the end, thank you for experiencing it with us. Don't forget to subscribe because there is so much more coming, including trips to Peru and the Maldives. And if you don't want to miss it, hit the notification bell and you'll be the first to see it. Thank you very much, and see you next time.